It is a gorgeous Friday afternoon in Middle Tennessee, just outside of Nashville. And I am actually about to head over to a wedding. This weather is begging for a cigar, so I was getting that in before I leave. And it is, of course, the New York, New York, the second in our Letters of Transit series. And I just want to talk real quick about it. We worked with our friend Ernesto Padilla on this cigar. It's the 8 and 11, the Midnight in Paris, on and on. He's a maker of great cigars. He knows how to blend. He has access to the best tobacco, and we wanted to work with him, and he did not disappoint. I mean, look at that. Did you have the same experience? Look at this. We knew we were going to feature this in November, and we wanted to find a cigar that would usher us into the holidays, into Thanksgiving, into Christmas, because we are here. I can't believe it's already here, but here we are. And this cigar we thought was perfect. It's got a lot of cinnamon. We wanted to make a blend that you could have with like a light scotch or a cider, or something like that. And yeah, and it did not disappoint. This cigar we absolutely love. We don't want to do this too often. We want to feature our blind tastings for the majority on the brands out there. But our last Letters of Transit series, the Provence, did so well, and we got such good feedback. And actually, it sold out. That every now and then we want to do something like this for you guys. So, and why New York? It's the city I associate most with the holidays. It's the Thanksgiving parade, it's the Christmas tree in Rockefeller, it's the Christmas movies in New York, but also because Ernesto has a lot of connection to that city. His father was a Cuban poet who went to prison around the Revolution, put there by Fidel. And when they left, they came to New York City. I'll let him tell the story. But I hope you guys enjoyed it. We are going to feature them on the website so you can purchase more if you did enjoy it. Hope you guys, as we go into the holidays, are able to find some peace, have a cigar. Hope the weather's not too cold for you. And without further ado, here is Ernesto. Cheers, guys.
Hello everyone, I'm Ernesto Padilla, founder of Padilla Cigars, and Standard & Twain has asked me to give you a little background on the cigar that you're going to be smoking, this New York City cigar, 6x46 that we made. You knew that had some connection to the New York area. I grew up in Princeton, New Jersey. I was born in Cuba. I left when I was 6 years old. And from elementary to high school, I spent a lot of time in New York. We don't call it New York if you live in the area. We call it the city. We're going to take the train, 45-minute an hour train to go to New York City. You say, I'm going into the city. But our family is very much closely connected to New York, and the Cuban community is very closely connected to New York. From Jose Marti, who was the founding father of Cuba's independence from Spain, who has a statue in front of the entrance to Central Park in New York, to people like Paquito de Rivera, the famous jazz musician who still resides up there, to the famous Cuban singer Celia Cruz, who lived in exile all her life in the area, and who New York honored with a huge parade. My father grew up on our family's tobacco estate in Cuba. My family had come from Spain, was able to purchase this land and grow it from there, and they were tobacco growers in a small town called Puerto de Golpe. My father was very familiar with the process, and he loved it. There was many recitals of poetry at the end of the night. There was no TV, there was no radio, so he came to really embrace literature, published his first book at 14, and went on to follow the path of poetry and literature. But in the 50s, he went up to New York, and he was teaching. He was asked to teach there in New York City. And then when the revolution happened, he was asked by the government at the time, before it became what it is today, and he spoke out against it and became a big international affair. He published many books. There's one in German. This is obviously in English. His publisher was in New York. He loved New York. We love New York. New York is a city full of culture. It's vibrant, it's exciting, many different cultures. There's a big Cuban community in New York City and that area of Jersey City, West New York, all that area, that tri-state area as they call it. Big influence, famous restaurants, Victor's Cafe, just so much of Cuban American exile community history is there in New York. Like I mentioned, let me see if I have it here, the statue of Jose Marti, the father of Cuba's independence, there in Central Park. I was fortunate to do actually, Bacardi asked me, this is in Cigar Aficionado magazine, asked Padilla Cigars to join them in New York City as they did the relaunch of the famous Cuban rum Havana Club, and of course we did in New York because, again, without going into all that, there's a huge history with New York and Cuba. So I hope you enjoy the cigar. It's a great blend. It's a great cigar to enjoy, even if you're not in New York City, but I can say it's a great city to also just take a walk down the street and enjoy a cigar. There's less and less smoking allowed in New York, unfortunately, but you can still do it, and I still very much do. Become friends with different people, even at the NYPD, and it's really a great city to enjoy, especially in the fall and the spring. Get a little cold, but there's many different locations in New York you can enjoy a great cigar. When my father spoke out against the Cuban government and he was in prison and then released, and many people across the world petitioned for his release. And in 1980, Senator Ted Kennedy, related to obviously his brother John F. Kennedy, petitioned for my father's release, and my mother was able to, and I were able to leave a year before. Senator Kennedy met us at the airport along with a bunch of news crews. So New York is kind of like, for me, it holds a lot of memories. Sometimes a little bittersweet, but I'm always excited to go to New York. New York's a great city, and it's had its moments, ups and downs or whatever. But I would encourage every American to visit New York. Maybe it's not your cup of tea. It's loud. It's this and that, but it is a big part of America. So many of different immigrant groups came through New York. So anyway, I hope you enjoy the cigar. And I hope I get a chance to meet you guys on my travels, and come up, say hello. Love to talk to you. And again, enjoy the cigar. Be well.